Hey guys, James here from Reflect the Screen, and today I'm reviewing Red Sparrow, a film starring Joel Edgerton and Jennifer Lawrence, and it's not so good.
From this day forward, you will become sparrows. Weapons in a global struggle for power.
Red Sparrow is directed by Francis Lawrence, who's done Constantine, he's done Hunger Games, Mockingjay, and Catching Fire, so he's at least familiar with Jennifer Lawrence. The only thing is, I don't think that Jennifer Lawrence is casted in such a good role. She plays Dominika in this film taking place in Russia, involves, well, I don't know, Russian things like ballet and spies and stuff. Dominika being a really good ballet dancer, at least the film tells us she is on the up and up in her career. The only thing is, she takes an unfortunate spill, and the spill causes her to break her leg, which is one of the early gruesome moments that the film, well, it just doesn't get any better from that point on. Now, Dominika, being the only person who can provide for her and her mother, who's extremely ill, turns to no one other than her uncle, who's involved with the Russian military and, I guess super secret spy stuff. Her uncle, played by Matthias Schoenaerts, tells her, "You can do this one job for me, and I'll give you and your mother what you need." Now, the only thing is, this job goes south. And from that point on, her uncle's like, "I pretty much own you, and you're going to become a sparrow." It's not the most convincing spy thriller. I went halfway through the film wondering, what is this film doing that other spy thrillers haven't done? It seems to be hitting predictable beats, and I'm not so sure Jennifer Lawrence is cast in such a great role. She's a good actress. I'm just not so sure she's a convincing spy. Now, I think about Atomic Blonde from last year and how Charlize Theron was convincing in her role. She was rough and tough, and Red Sparrow also gets a little rough and tougher on the edges. It just doesn't fully commit to selling you on the fact that Dominika was once a ballet dancer, and now she's going to go and rule the world with her spy tactics. She goes from ballet dancing to all of a sudden picking locks, and we don't see any of that in between. All we see is this training she undergoes where it gets really graphic, and the film feels over-sexualized, and I don't think that it works. I think it's Francis Lawrence trying to get a little edgy, and I'm not so sure that the film is better because of it. Now, it's not all doom and gloom, honestly. For me, the film's saving grace was Jeremy Irons, who plays a Russian military general, and does a great job at selling his character. He's not two-dimensional. He's got some sort of dynamic characteristic about him, and the film does well to kind of tie it together towards the end, but I'm not so sure that the rest of the film is worth your time.
Get close to him.
I thought I saw you in the pool yesterday.
Are we going to become friends?
Now, outside of Jeremy Irons, the cinematography is also a bit of a saving grace for this film. The colors really pop, and I think Joe Willems does a good job at giving you the sense that, yeah, you're kind of in Russia. The bottom line is, Red Sparrow really isn't worth your time. It starts off with a good premise, and then it just nosedives, and it just takes you into places you really wish you never went. I think that Francis Lawrence understands mature action like in Constantine, and I think he knows how to direct a fun film like Hunger Games, Catching Fire. But Red Sparrow just falls off the tracks, and it really goes south very quickly. Jennifer Lawrence eventually is going to have to consider which role she's taking, and look at the script, because everything in this script was pretty wooden. There wasn't much character, there wasn't much emotion, because it was all just so darn generic. But yes, it's safe to say Red Sparrow misses the mark completely. If you'd like to take a look at more stuff that I've done, you can go to reflectthescreen.com, where I write reviews and news, I'd say pretty regularly. I appreciate you guys for watching, and I'm looking forward to doing way more of these things in the future.